Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. I have some new stuff from Guerlain that we're going to play with today and I'm so excited. So I literally just got this in the mail and it is the eyeshadow palette that Guerlain has just released for their, I believe this is part of their holiday collection. Now from what I know of, they released this palette, a highlighter, and the meteorites as well. So I got the meteorites. I'm going to pull those out in a little bit. As far as the highlighter, I ended up just totally skipping out on that. It looked like it was going to be a little bit too dark for me. Plus, there are a few other brands coming out with new highlighters and they're also on the pricey side. So I figured I would wait for those because I am more excited to give those a try. But right now, I'm super excited to try out this palette. Let me take it out. By the way, this is called the Goldenland palette. And this right here is the packaging. Really pretty packaging. The lid of this is the same as the meteorites. So like I said, I will show you guys that in a little bit. I thought this was going to be a little bit more weighty. It's just what I, for some reason, expect, especially from luxury brands, for the packaging to just have more weight to it. But it's fine. I really actually like how this looks. This is the first time I try out any eyeshadows from Guerlain. It's actually a pretty new brand to me. It's been out for a very long time, but I don't have a lot of things from them. What I do have, I am wearing. So I'm wearing their foundation, which I love. This is the L'Essentiel and I have it in the shade 04N. I really like this, but I will say I only like to apply it with a sponge because it looks too cakey on me when I try to blend it in with a brush. And then I also have here the highlighter stick. I love this. And these all have about the same scent to them. Some are a little bit stronger than others, but I happen to enjoy the scent. So this highlighter stick, I'm not sure if they have multiple shades of this, but mine is in the shade Nude and it's called the Terracotta Skin Stick Illuminator Highlighting Stick. So it's really pretty, and like I said, I do have it on today. So yeah, so that's really all I have from them. And here is the inside. So you do get a mirror. It's a pretty decent sized mirror. I like it when it takes up the entire like lid space, but this is fine. It's not too small or anything. It's still a pretty good size, I would say. And here are the eyeshadows. Oh, I cannot wait to dig into these. How pretty do they look? Now, although I haven't tried any eyeshadows from Guerlain in the past, I have pretty high expectations for this because this is a luxury brand. This wasn't that cheap, which is why I had to take advantage and get it during the Sephora sale. I actually had it in my cart for it to be like one of the first purchases I make, which the meteorites were. That I 100% knew I wanted. I was like, this is the release where I finally try out these meteorites. But I somehow ended up getting cold feet with purchasing this palette, so I removed it from my cart. I left it on my loves list. And then, I'm not sure if it was later on that day or the next day, I saw it was sold out. Which at that point, I was like, I think that's when you decide if you really wanted something or not. Because I was so upset that I didn't just get it when I first placed my order. And I thought I had missed out. So I was like, I'm gonna have to pay full price. Well, not really. I know sometime in the near future, Nordstrom is gonna have another 15% off their beauty items. Sometimes like Macy's, Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, they'll have sales like that as well where it can be applied towards Guerlain products. But I prefer 20% off and I like more instant gratification. So the moment it was sold out, I knew I really did want it. I mean, you guys know how it is, right? So luckily it actually came back in stock. Right now I'm not sure if it is still available on their website. So let me go ahead and do some swatches as I have done nothing yet with this. Like at first when you're digging into the pan, they feel a little dry, but after swatching a little bit, you start to feel a little bit of that creaminess. So here are the swatches of all the shadows in that palette. We do get 10 shadows, 5 of which are mattes, 3 are metallics, and then 2 iridescent shades. So the matte and iridescent shades can be applied wet I don't really like to use my eyeshadows wet unless it's needed to really get pigments off of my eyeshadows. Otherwise, I try not to because I find that it makes my eyes look extra wrinkly, and I'm not trying to do that. So I'm going to use these dry, but if I need to, I will wet my brushes. So we're gonna kind of figure that out as we go. So the shade that really catches my eye in this palette is this one up here, and that one is described as a rose gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I was pointing to this one, right? Sometimes, yeah, this one right here. So it says a metallic finish, and I'm using my Wayne Goss number 17 brush, and we're going to, let me take this off if I can. So we're gonna apply this shade onto the lid. And yeah, that's really nicely pigmented. For me, this is perfect. Build it up a little bit. And yeah, this applies really nicely. I mean, I haven't really done much blending. I'm just packing on the color, but it packs on evenly. And you can see that it's metallic, but it's not, it's a very wearable metallic. I really like that. So, okay. That is the rose gold shade. Now, before I actually go in with the darker color, I'm going to blend it, and we'll use this shade right here. And I'm using my Sigma E38 brush. So I'm going to take one of these iridescent shades to layer over top of this rose gold just to see what happens. And I think I'm going to go in with this one right here. So it's described as a soft yellow gold iridescent. And I'm using my Wayne Goss number 6 brush. So I'm going to pick up not too much and then just lightly applying it here on the lid. Oh, it looks pretty. Now let's do the white iridescent shade, and then I'm using the same brush, just the other side of it. This is me just playing with makeup right now. Typically, if I were just doing my makeup, I don't get this creative where like, oh, let's layer this and then do this. I'm very, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very basic, but I try not to be too experimental. Now I am dying to use this green shade. It's described as a khaki green matte. So I'm going in with the 70G Blender Pro Brush, and we're going to take this right into the crease. And then I'm going to blend it upwards. And this actually blends out very well. So far it's meeting the high expectations I had for it. So I'm happy to say that. I'm going to pick up this shade here, and it's described as a pink taupe matte. And I'm still using that same Blender Pro brush. And this color here, I'm going to try and just focus here in this outer crease portion. This shade is helping deepen up the look without making it too dark. I was going to go in with the matte brown shade, but I think this is actually a better choice for today's look. I feel like this is turning out to be really nice, like holiday look without being too much, right? So for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this one here, which is a shimmering golden metallic. Then with that same brush, by the way, I'm using the Morphe 321, and I'm going to go into this vintage golden shade here. And I'm going to apply this in the inner portion of the bottom lash line. I wonder if I should. I think I want to use a stiffer brush for that. I have no idea what this one's called. This is like, it looks like a pencil brush kind of, just not as pointy in the end, and it's from NARS. I have no idea what it's called. So picking up that golden vintage color. And then with a flat definer brush, I'm picking up Smoky Brown, and this is another matte shade. And with this one, I'm just going to just stamp this against my bottom lash line, and then we'll blend it out with another shade. Back with the NARS brush and that khaki green. Smoke out this outer portion here. At this point, for the sake of using all of the shadows from this palette, I'm going to go in with this color here. This shade is described as a deep dark gray, and it's also a matte. And we'll just go ahead and line the top lash line with this. Okay, I'm going to apply some mascara, and then we'll be right back to finish the rest of the face. Just as I was about to apply my mascara, I remembered I do have another Guerlain product. So I already put it on, and it's this mascara from Guerlain. It came in this box right here. It's called the Maxi Lash. So it's in the shade black, and I really love the packaging and just how like the handle of this is really pretty. So it's like this really nice gold packaging. And the wand is nothing special, but I guess I like how like the feel like of the actual handle is, because it makes it really easy for you to hold. And then the wand itself is it's not super narrow, but narrow enough where it gives you a lot of control. Now, I don't think this did anything like super great to my lashes, but they look good. So now on to the meteorites. So this one's the Goldenland meteorites, and I showed this during my Sephora haul, and this is how it looks. It's a really nice, like sleek, shiny black casing. The lid is beautiful. It matches the eyeshadow palette. So gold, really nice. This is how it looks inside. I love the scent. It's really strong, but I do happen to enjoy it. This is something that you have to go very light-handed with. So I want to read off what it says here. It's formulated with diamond powder to provide a soft, radiant finish. This harmonious blend features rose gold and soft copper to deliver radiance, blush wine to enhance the complexion, and white pearls to reflect the light. Extra silky, they smooth the complexion and create a unique sensation of softness. So that's pretty cool. Like each shade of the pearl is designated to do something for our complexion. I feel like the blush wine pearls in here and the rose gold really come out. So that's why you want to be a little bit careful with this. And that's why I'm a little intimidated. I have used this a few times, and I've used it mostly on the high points of like my cheeks and my forehead, a little bit like on the bridge of my nose. I mean like almost all over the face, but not exactly. So I'm going to show you guys right now exactly how we do it. I'm using my Surratt brush, and I'm going to just do that. That's it. That's all I'm picking up there. And you guys will probably be able to see how much that picked up. And then I'm going to go over here. Let's just do one half of my face so you guys can, so we can compare. Okay, my eyebrows. I think for the winter time, this is just perfect. I don't know, maybe in the summer if you really want to look like if you have that sunburn look without the actual damage to your skin and get sunburned. but it does give off a little bit of radiance. And I'm not sure if you guys are able to see that, but this side is a little bit more flushed. It looks a little more flushed than my right side. And I did apply a little bit of blush. I was very, very careful with that because I wanted you guys to be able to see the difference here, and because I knew I was going to use this as well, I didn't want to go in too heavy-handed with the blush. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things that if I know I'm going to use this, I need to kind of plan ahead when I'm doing my makeup. Also, if it's one of those days, because I do get a lot of redness, and if it's one of those days when I'm experiencing a lot of that redness, I'm probably not going to be using something like this because I don't want to enhance that. So like I said, for me, it's really going to be kind of planned out when I use this. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit more, exactly how I did it earlier, and then just apply it. And then just here on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin, take down the rest. So this is how I would wear it, and I think it looks really pretty. It definitely adds luminosity to my skin. It gives a little hint of flushness throughout. So I'm very happy with this. I've never tried these before, so it's nice to try one that's also unique, I think, and unique to the other meteorites that are out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another layer just to, in case you guys can't really see the redness, because I can't quite tell through the viewfinder how it's picking up. I just like to always, whatever is left on my brush, just bring it down onto my neck and my décolleté area, just because I don't want to look too pale here and then all made up here. So that's it. I think that looks really, really nice. You guys let me know what you think, but I like it. So just to finish off this look, I'm going to use this Pat McGrath Dark Devotion 527 lipstick. This is one of the sheer color balms, just to add a little bit of color to my lips. So final thoughts, I love the eyeshadow palettes, I love the meteorites. The mascara, although it wasn't supposed to be part of today's video, I just so happened to remember about it as it was time to apply mascara. It's pretty good. It's nothing to go run out and get. I'm happy with all of this. Next time, I'm not going to be playing games with Sephora. I'm just going to go ahead and get what I wanted because I almost had like a little mini attack. I know I'm being dramatic. You guys let me know what you think. Were you able to pick it up? Do share in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot. And while you're there, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.